Hi, this is Kirk, the Bariatric Carnivore. Well, is there one thing you can do right now that might save your summer vacation? And there could be, and that is getting rid of the industrial seed oils. And when I say industrial seed oils, I'm talking about things like Crisco, shortening, margarine, any of that type of stuff, corn oils, canola oil, etc. And if you're still cooking it in that glop, and you're still utilizing margarine and stuff like that, now's a great time to get rid of it, because it will probably make your spring and summer just a little bit better by allowing you to spend more time in the sun. And the reason why I say this is something I noticed. I started going low carb and got rid of the vegetable oils out of my diet back in November. And around March, every single year, as long as I can remember as an adult, I've always gone out and did some work outside when I started getting warmer, and I'd spend extra time outside with short sleeve shirt on, and would inevitably get burned on my arms, back of my neck, face, from spending too much time out in the sun. And the year that I went low carb and got rid of the vegetable oils was the first year that didn't happen. I didn't get burned. And it dawned on me sometime around May that this is the first time I haven't been burned. And I started poking around to see if other people had experienced the same thing. And sure enough, a lot of people that were low carb, got rid of the vegetable oils, had the same effect. And I've been studying it a little bit more, trying to figure out, okay, what's the mechanism of action? What could be causing this? And it turns out that major component of vegetable seed oils, and they're not really vegetable oils, they're really grain-based oils made from soy, canola, a bunch of other stuff. Basically, they're industrial seed oils. That's the best way I can describe them. And they are very high in linoleic acid, and that gets into the subcutaneous fat, the fat that's right under the layer of your skin. And they're prone to oxidation, and they are also prone to inflammation. And sunburn, when you think about it, really is just inflammation of the skin. So when you get too much of that linoleic acid in the fats underneath your skin and they get exposed to the sun, you're not getting the proper amount of vitamin D. You're not building up, that's why a lot of people that eat a lot of industrial seed oils have low levels of vitamin D. And they're also prone to inflammation, which is going to be sunburn. And sunburns are, there's a difference between sun exposure and sunburns, or at least there seems to be. And, we're not quite completely sure what causes skin cancers, but it's not just healthy sun exposure. It's really just the sunburns. But even then, you get malignant melanomas showing up in places that you really wouldn't expect, because they don't get exposed to the sun, like the bottom of the feet or places that are normally covered by a swimsuit. So you can get skin cancers, malignant melanomas anywhere, but they seem to be related to your number of sunburns. You can't stop any of the past ones. I mean, I got sunburned a lot as a kid. As a result, I got to get my skin checked for skin cancers because of that type of stuff. Just because you've corrected things doesn't mean that the past exposure doesn't make a difference. It seems to. So, it's not a protection against it. But look, sunburns suck. If you can avoid them, why not do it? And one of the cheapest, easiest ways of doing that may be to get rid of the linoleic acid out of your diet, which means getting rid of the vegetable seed oils. And if you do that, it might really help. So give it a shot. See what happens. If you've noticed that you have received fewer sunburns, and you've gotten rid of the vegetable industrial seed oils, share a comment below. Encourage other people to think about it. Industrial seed oils do nothing for your health. They only make things worse, but this is just one area that seems to make a difference. And frankly, you want sun exposure. Vitamin D is created through the activation of sun on healthy fat cells and with your skin, and it's vital for your body. It helps your immune system. It helps with healthy hormonal production. It's great stuff, and you want to be able to expose yourself to the sun safely. And what is really fascinating is how less photosensitive I am. Sun exposure used to fry me, but not anymore. I mean, my family comes from the British Isles. We're all blonde-haired, blue-eyed. When we can burn pretty darn easily. But I remember, I went to Belize, which is near the equator. I'm out swimming, snorkeling, stuff like that, and I didn't wear a shirt while I was out there, and I never got burned, even though I'm near the equator in January, leaving from Oklahoma in the middle of winter. I wasn't getting a lot of sun exposure up here, and I didn't get fried down there. I wasn't stupid about it. I didn't go out in the sun for 2 hours at a time. But, it certainly was surprising how much better I did because I wasn't as photosensitive. Worth trying out. Give it a shot. I can't give you a lot of studies on this one that show this direct relationship between industrial seed oils and that. And the absence of it is mainly because, look, there's a lot of money in sunscreens. There's a lot of money in trying to protect you from getting sunburned. And frankly, they don't talk a lot about preventing it through industrial seed oils, and frankly, the big seed oil lobbyists certainly don't want any studies on it either. So there's not a lot of studies on it to prove it, but there's a lot of anecdotal evidence. And when you see enough people that are experiencing the same thing, it kind of gives you reason to do it. Plus, I've got my own experience. I mean, I now know that, I'm not as photosensitive as I used to be. I can spend a lot more time out in the sun, and I don't get burned, and I really kind of like it. This is Kirk, the Bariatric Carnivore. If you like this message, please hit like and subscribe. Leave comments down below. Share your experiences. I try to put out a couple messages each week. I will talk to you again soon.